hard-headed like the juggernaut, but there ain't nothing I can do to listen. I'm authentic and I walk around like I just ate, but let you do the dishes. I'm Clark Kent, but mix of Autobots and mix with everything that you've been missing. Please get back and don't get that involved. Freaking sick, I need a pad of walls. I'm the king, heavy crown, heavy rain, cat and dogs. Homie with me if you asking for it. There ain't much that he be asking for. He just wanna have a paddock on with a watch face with little dragon balls. Look, you don't need me either. All I need is this. No coca ice, and I get oh so polite. You be the man of your city, I'll be the man of my country. You could be the man of your city, I'ma be the man of my country. Your girl has been calling for days, I get it in all different ways. New Orleans parades, yeah, we like. None of my people are patient, we look like we on a vacation. Get no invitation, yeah, we like. Your girl has been calling for days, I get it in all different ways. Yeah, I'm like, none of my patient. We look like we on a vacation.
They were my business on the front page. Headlines. I threw prescription in Dior frames. Sunshine. I had the vision back in 12th grade. Lunchtime. That I'd be killing with Dr. Dre. I never wanted to ever be over. I'm out of Philly, I thought it'd be colder. I might need a chauffeur. Check out my chicky, check out my now who?
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. So with that, let's head over to the heart of Texas, massive AT&T Stadium in Arlington. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Dallas trots on the field. There's Dak Prescott, their quarterback. Kind of an up-and-down year for him as you look back, Charles. He did have a career high, although the sample size is pretty small, just a few years, but better than 3,700 yards. I don't know. What'd you make of Dak?
I thought he continued to make improvement. You know, people want to talk about his accuracy. If you look at his numbers, way better than you would expect when people mention where he places the football. He is 32-16 as a starter in the regular season. And his number of touchdown passes, as you said, small sample size, but 23, 22, 22 in his 3 years. I would tell him going forward, aim for a career high in rushing yards. That'll help their entire offense.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. On the left side, he finds Beasley. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
A first down carry by Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Elliott, the leading rusher for the second time in his 3 NFL seasons, 1,434 yards, more than 100 better than second-place Saquon Barkley.
And the offense runs through Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He makes them go. And how about how he added to his pass catching this year? His numbers jumped up in a big way. So when Dak Prescott didn't have something downfield, he just dumped it out into the flat to number 21. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's Smith, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now Elliott. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A dump off to Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And it'll bring up a second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible, or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. I thought the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Running with Howard. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
I think most people locked in on Byron Jones when he came out of UConn at the NFL Combine, where he darn near jumped out of the stadium because of his vertical leap. But there's so much more to his game than that. Played cornerback and safety in college, and they can use that same ability to move him around in the NFL in order to create great matchups on defense for Dallas.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Finding room inside the 40 and all the way down to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Malik Collins with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And they're not going to get a playoff here as time will expire on this first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Arlington in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, but they face a second and long to start things out. Now back to throw. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
'49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Set! 319! 319!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Back to throw. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Over! All right, here we go.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out. And a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Now let's go! 319! 319! Over!
They're going to look to throw. And that's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Gold is able to put it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Well, Charles, as the Cowboys take over here, what do you think of the season that Dallas had? Yes, they get in the playoffs, but that's now 6 straight divisional round games that they've lost.
And that doesn't make you feel great as an organization. But think about this season. They started 3-5, ended up winning their division. Questions about their head coach Jason Garrett's future. They finished 7-1 to claim that 3rd NFC East title in 5 years. And then they added a playoff win over Seattle as well. So I think the future looks good for Dallas.
Offense.
I also like what they're building in terms of Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott on offense. But how about on defense? They got 2 of the better young linebackers in the league, and Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Build around them and watch for the Cowboys to be in the mix in years to come.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Second down, Prescott. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session if he said, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise him and catch him off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Fights loose. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They run with Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. The play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
They'll look to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Here we go. 319! 319!
They'll set up to throw. That is caught at the 7. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll drop the throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th. And Gold is able to put it through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott, and he powers his way up past the 30. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about...
And now this
Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shawty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shawty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new